Hi, this is Blockchain Bad. Welcome to another episode of the Sui Move Super Contact Development Series. The next few videos we're going to be looking at coins and balances. But today we're going to be looking at the balance module in Sui Move. So let's head over to our VS Code and let's talk more about it. So let's say we wanted to create a vault. So once we create a vault, I can hold coins and we can save our coins, tokens. So let me click the vault. Let me declare it stopped here. Now call it vault. I'm going to have the key and the star ability. An ID of type UID. Then, if you would recall in our last videos, if you wanted to create maybe a vault to store something, we always, let's say, we wanted to store a token in our vault. We might have to come and put amount here, and we're going to be of type U64, or maybe we'll do something like a vector, or I'll come here and say token is going to be a vector of, let's say, a coin. But this time, let's say we're using Sui, so we can import a Sui coin. So use Sui Sui. So in this video, we're going to be using the Sui coin um as an example. Since the Sui coin lives in Move, so it's lives in Move, we're going to import it. We're going to start creating a new coin to start importing the metadata. So let me use Sui. So this is the Sui coin. Stays in Move. So in the first video you would see maybe if you want to create a vault and start tokens to do it like this. But rather there's a better way of doing it, which is called balances. So let me remove this and let me import balances. So I'm going to be importing balance to import. I'm going to be importing from the Sui library, and I'm going to be importing the balance module. Then also let me access the balance struct. So I'm going to import accessing a balance struct. Let's be balance. So if I come to click it, so look at it here. It says a storage handler for balances general. Let me open this in the coin module to allow balance operations that can be used to implement custom coin with supply and balances. So don't get that confused. I'm going to explain it later. So if you look at it here, this is the balance stocks. All it does it holds a value, and it can be used to store coins which do not really have the key ability. So I told you that every asset, we know that every asset on Sui is an object, and every object has a key ability. So right now, instead of we, let's say, storing our object, which is our coin, in a vector, and which are going to be holding each of those objects in a vector, we can just use balances. So come back here, we can just use balance and just save just the value in a balance. So these are the functions we have on the balance module. We're going to be looking at each of the functions. So now for our vault, let me remove this, and our vault is going to have a balance since we're going to be storing tokens, and it's going to be of type balance that we imported. So it's going to be of type balance, and the balance is going to take a type. If I come back here, if you look at it now, it takes a phantom type T. So what I'm going to be storing, so for now, just like I said before, we're going to be using the Sui coin. So if I come to click again, look at that, this is a Sui coin. It also used to pay gas in Sui. So this is the Sui coin. In Stockcoin's video, we're going to be creating our own coin. So if you look at it now, this is the coin Sui having 9 decimals, and so we're going to be saving the Sui coin. And also let me create a function, and let me call it create vault. So public start, sorry, not start, public phone create vault, and I'm going to be passing in my actual context, and so I'm going to be passing in a little reference of its context. So let's convert difficult to vault, then we're going to have an ID, which is going to be object new, and we're going to pass in the actual context and also the balance. So right now, since vault is empty, there's no token stored, it's going to be zero. So to have a zero balance, you can't just come here and put zero. It's wrong. So the best way to do it, it's there's a zero function in balance. So if I control click again, if I come down here, you see zero here. So this is creating a zero balance for a point of type T. So I'll come here now, and I'm going to access the zero function for our balance module. So I'll say balance zero, and they're going to give the type, which is going to be of type Sui. So right now, I'm going to be transferring the vault to its owner. I can add another field again if I want to. Maybe just for answer's sake, let me just put an owner field here. I'm going to be an address, and I'll come here again. Just put owner, which is going to be success sender, and then I can come here and transfer the vault to the person that created it. All of the function, which is going to be transfer, and it's going to be public transfer. Since we don't want to make it public, we can choose to make it a shared object. I only make the owner access it, but let me just transfer it to the person that created it. So what I'm transferring, the object is going to be vault. Then the recipient is still going to be sutex dot sender, and we're going to be having this warning. So to just get rid of this warning, I'm going to copy this here. So I'm going to copy this here and pasting it. So we'll be able to create our first function, which is create vault. And we've used one of the functions from the balance module, which is the zero function. Then secondly, I'm going to write another function, and I'm going to call it deposit into the vault, because we did the vault and we want to like deposit tokens to lock up the vault. And one thing again, before I forget, Um, every vault has a lock time, but I can just keep that. Let me just leave that for now. Let me not make it too complex. It's going to be an assignment for you to make maybe add time to the vault, unlocking and unlocking time. But let me just go ahead. So stuff create, let me call it deposit, deposit, and this function is going to take into arguments. First of all, we're going to be passing the vault we want to be the particular vault we want to be login tokens in. So we're going to be of type vault and okay, just vote. Then also we're going to be passing the immutable reference. Since we're just depositing to the vault, so we're going to be passing in the immutable reference. And also we're going to be passing in the token we want to lock. So right now, let me put in coin for it to be locking. And to do that, right now we have to import the coin module. So use Sui, and from that we're going to be importing the coin module, and I'm going to be getting the coin stocked here. So if I control click again, okay, sorry, I control click again. Now this defines a coin type, the platform of fungible tokens and coins, and can be described as a source of a secure wrapper around the coin balance. So I know this is going to be confusing, but the next three videos I'm going to be focusing on the coin module. For now, let's focus on the balance module. So we are going to be locking a coin. So I'm going to pass in a coin here, and the coin is going to have a type, and it's going to be of type Sui. Since we're going to be passing in our Sui coin, and our vault also takes a Sui coin. So for that, what we're going to do now, we have to like store this coin in our vault. So to do that, first of all, let me say vault. First of all, the first thing we can do, we want to be able to extract the balance from this coin module. So if I come to click on the coin now, you'll see that every coin has a balance. So I want to be able to extract um I want to be able to extract the balance from a particular coin. So here, let me take it by step by step. Let me select coin balance is equal to coin dot into balance. Well, right now, this function comes from the coin module. So if I control click again, you're going to see the into balance. Look at it here. So it destructs a coin wrapper and keeps the balance. So right now we need the balance because we're going to be putting the balance into our vault. So that's how to extract our coin balance. So after getting our coin balance, we're going to be putting it into this vault balance. So what I can do now, I can do something like balance. Then I'm going to be accessing the join function. So this function is to join two balances together. So we're going to be joining the balance of our vault, which is going to be at first a zero balance, and we're going to be joining the balance of our coin. So I'll do um balance dot join. So first of all, what am I joining? I'm going to be joining vault dot balance, and what am I joining again? Our coin balance. And for now, this is going to be a mutable reference of our balance. So I have to end mute to make it a mutable reference. But there's an easier way of doing this. Instead of writing a long code, what I can just do is I can say something like vault dot balance dot join. Then I'm going to be passing in my coin balance, which is going to be coin bal. So this is the easiest way to do this. So if you look at it right now, here these two codes are the same. but this is shorter, this is longer. So we really want to do things the shorter way. So I'm going to comment this out, and this is the easiest way to do this. So that's our deposit function. So the next function I'm going to be writing it's our withdraw function. So let's say I want to withdraw from my vault. So let me write another function again. I call it public on. I'm going to call it withdraw. So when we're withdrawing, we have to specify the vault you're withdrawing from. So I'm going to be taking the vault, and I'm also going to be passing the mutable reference of the vault. Then we're going to be putting an amount we want to withdraw from our vault. So I'm taking an amount, and it's going to be of type U64. So to withdraw also, we have the withdraw function in from the balance module. So I can come and say balance and withdraw. Sorry, not withdraw, it's split. So we're going to be splitting this our balance. So we have the split function. Like come here and say balance split. So we have the split function. If I come to click it now, you would see say split a balance into a sub balance from it. So we're going to take in a balance and an amount. We are going to be splitting it and returning another balance again of the splitted balance. So let me come here, balance or split. We're going to take in our vault balance. So I'm going to come here and say vault dot balance, and like I said, we're going to be passing in the mutable reference, and we're also going to be passing in an amount. So I'll put an amount here, and it returns something. So and what we're returning does not have the probability. The balance does not have the probability, so we have to assign it to a variable. So I'll come and say let new balance is equal to this. But that's not all. There's still an easier way of doing this, just like doing it here. I don't know if you can guess that, but it's an easier way. So the easier way of doing it, if you guess correctly, you're going to be using vault dot balance dot split. So right here, we're going to be passing in our amount. So I'm going to pass in the amount here. And again, let me assign it to the same variable, and I'm going to comment the first one out. So if you look at it now, between these two, which is shorter, you still see that the second one is shorter. So I'm still going to comment this out. So right now, we are seeing that these are balance. If I come back here and click balance again, you will see that the balance is not, it's just a stock, it's not an object. So for us to be able to transfer it to the user, so let's say if I want to say transfer public transfer, and if I want to, I cannot transfer this balance because you can only transfer objects. So I want to be able to convert this balance back into a coin. So to do that, I'm going to access a function from the coin module. So first of all, let me come here and put self here. So I can also access other functions from the module. So I'm going to say coin, then from there's a function called from balance. So from this now, I can create a new coin. If I come to click it here, it will say wrap a balance into a coin and make it transferable. So because we want to transfer the balance, we have to convert it into a coin using this function. So right now, this coin is an object. So I'm going to catch it, and it's not a probability. So I'm going to call it new coin, new coin will be equal to this. So right now we can now transfer. I mean, okay, and I'm going to give this a type, which is going to be Sui. So I have to pass in a type here so it will know what coin it's creating. And right now I'm going to still be passing in immutable reference. So sorry, I did not pass on the balance correctly. I'm going to be passing in the balance, and also I'm going to be here taking my financial context here and it checks context. So now I can now transfer this new coin now to the caller of the function, which is going to be the sender. But also, just like here, there's an easier way of doing this. There's an easy way of converting a balance into a coin, which I'm going to be showing you in a sec. So let's do that. Right now, the next way of doing it is doing something like, since this is the balance we're going to be converting, the new balance. So I can come here and say new underscore balance dot into coin. So dot into coin, and this will take interaction context. So right now I can now give it a new coin. So if you look at it now, this is still shorter and easier to do. This is easier to do than doing this. So I'm going to be commenting this out. So we're going to be using this now. So this also, let me try to suppress this one also. And again, we've used another function from both the balance and the coin module. We use this from the balance module, which is split. So the next function I'm going to be writing is the withdraw all function. So right now, to save time, let me just copy and paste this function here, and let me remove this content from this, and I'll call this withdraw all, withdraw all, and right now we're not going to be needing an amount here. So so withdraw all now from our vault. What we can do now, we can do let's I can say let's new balance again. It's going to be balance. Then there's a function called withdraw all. It is used to withdraw all, and if I control click now, you would see withdraw all balance. After this, the balance must be 0. So we're going to withdraw everything we put in, and it's going to go back to this 0 state. So to withdraw all, I'm going to be passing in to vault dot balance, and I'm going to be passing it as immutable reference here. And just like I said before, there's still an easier way to do it, and I'm sure you can guess that now. So to do this now, the easier way to do it is to do vault dot balance dot withdraw all. And I've looked at it now. This is way shorter and way easier than this first one. So I'm going to be commenting out this first one. So also we're going to be converting it into a coin. So what I can just do, let me just copy this code here since it's the same thing, and I'm going to be pasting it here. And one thing again, we can write another function again, which is, let me call this, first of all, let me try to suppress this one in again. Suppress this one in. So the next function I'm going to be writing is a destroy vault function. So let me come here and make the function. I'm going to call it destroy, and I'm going to take in the vault. For this time, instead of taking the immutable reference to the vault, you're going to pass in the vault just like that. If you're following previous tutorials, if you understand, and we're right now we're passing ownership of the vault to the of the objects to the function. And I'm still going to be taking in my financial context here, and it's going to be immutable reference of text on text. So right now, for us to destroy this vault, we have to destructure um the stocks. So to do that, we can say if you watch my stocks tutorial, if you did not go back to it, you're going to see learn how to destructure stocks. So to do that, we're going to write vault and we're going to be equal to vault. Then first of all, we're going to have the ID and we're going to have the balance, and we're also going to be having the owner. So first of all, like we all know, to destroy this vault, we have to delete the ID. So I can say ID dot delete. But we're not yet done. We still have a balance here. We still have balance here, which we have to get rid of here. Look at it now. You see, use value without the probability, and the balance is now with the probability. So it means we have to still drop or destructure the balance again. So to do that, we will not do that manually. We have another function from the balance module called I think it's destroy empty. So balance I think is destroy zero. Yeah. So I'm going to be passing in the balance, which is that here. So now if I control click on this coin, it sees that it destroy zero balance. So if you try to pass in a vault that doesn't have a zero balance, it's going to assert, it's going to fail, because look at this assert here. It makes sure that balance dot value is always equals to zero before it destroys the balance. So if we did not withdraw everything, or we did not withdraw, let me get rid of this to recognize it. If we did not withdraw our coins, or we did not remove everything from our balance, and we try to destroy the vault, it would not work. So this, let me just call it destroy zero. So before this will work, our vault has to be zero. So I can get rid of this one in again here. So that's it. So let's come back to our balance function. We'll see that we'll be able to use almost all the functions here. We're going to use we use mix of balance stocked. The value also, okay, let's make use of this. So let me come back here and write another function, and I'm going to call it let's say get value, or get total amount, and we're going to be passing in an immutable reference of our vault, since we're not going to be mutating anything. So we're going to be returning UC4 value. So to get the value of our balance, we can say balance. We're going to access the value function here. Then we're going to be passing our balance. So it's going to be vault dot balance. But right now we have to pass in an immutable reference here. So, well, if you look at this again, this is also for me balance, balance. Okay, I think we spent value the wrong way. Yeah, this is the right way to spell it. But if you look at it also, this is also too long. If you guess correctly, there's still a better way to do this, which is going to be vault, vault dot balance dot value. So let me comment this out. So look at it again. This is also a shorter way of doing it. So I come back here, you notice that we've made use of this function. Um, these ones, I think I'm going to be using them when we're creating a coin, so don't bother about them for now. We use the zero function, we use the join function to bring two balances together, we use the split function to withdraw to take out the balance from another, we use the withdraw all function, and we use the story for zero function. So that's all the function for now that we need in the balance module. So that will be it for this tutorial video. So your assignment is to first of all try to call this try to call these functions using your CLI. So that will be your assignment. So in the next tutorial video, I'm going to be showing you how to. I'm going to be testing this function. So thank you very much. If you have any question, feel free to drop them on the comment section, or you can DM me if you have any issues, and I'll be open to help you out. So thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial video.